Hi guys, it's me, Skylar Capri, and today we're doing part 2 of returning fragrances rumored to be coming back for either body care day or winter semi-annual sale. We have a lot of exciting things to dive into today, including things like Everlasting Magic, Bonfire Bash, Emerald Mist. We have a lot of exciting content to get into. So that being said, if you're returning to my channel, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. We do all things Bath & Body Works, especially the body care. So if that sounds like something interesting to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's dive right on into the video. All right, you guys, I'm going to sit on this side of the screen and put some images up right here, but lifeinsidethepage.blogspot.com is where I source this information, specifically offer posts containing this and that. It included possible returning fragrances, possible body care day or winter SAS fragrances, possible candle day fragrances, possible new aroma, possible new signature line. It had a bunch of information, and as you see on that returning list, there are a lot of fragrances to go into. We're just going to be touching half of them today, and then we'll do the other half in the part 3 version of this video. Life Inside the Page has anything from spoilers to sales, really all things Bath & Body Works all in one place, so I highly recommend you check out her blog after this. And as always, I will have a link to this exact post that I was using for this video in the description box down below. That being said, we are going to be diving into 7 fragrances today, as the returning fragrances list houses 14, and I don't think like a 20, 30, 40 minute long video would be the best way to go about it, so we're going to split it up into 2 videos. That being said, our first fragrance is going to be Watermelon Mojito. Now, this one was surprising to an extent because I'm thinking, okay, it is like quarter 3, quarter 4 of the year, a lot of winter months, a lot of people want really warm gourmands. Watermelon is sort of an interesting choice. But then I think back to 2 years ago, so 2023, when they did the Bath & Body Works really pink mist line, which included things like pink watermelon blast, I believe it was pink tie-dye, and then the other one was pink cashmere. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe pink watermelon blast did really well. Maybe a lot of people were like, you know, I'm really sick of the gourmands. I want something fresh, fruity, and fun, and maybe even tropical, almost like the reverse of a Christmas in July. And I was like, okay, maybe that's the direction they're going with this. So when I saw Watermelon Mojito, I was surprised to an extent, but I've also seen them do something similar in the past, so maybe that worked really well, and they wanted to do a different fragrance. That being said, Watermelon Mojito has notes of watermelon soda, pink rum, and cane sugar. And I think this is going to be one, if you want to get a watermelon fragrance going into 2026, maybe you missed out on watermelon in previous years, or watermelon is just a staple fragrance you wear in the summertime, this might be a great way to pre-buy it and almost save a bunch of money on that discounted rate, so that you're not buying the watermelon version in 2026 if they come out with one for summer and it's back up to full price. So this would be one that I could see definitely purchasing and then waiting to use it until the summer. The only thing that I will caution you there is sometimes if you pre-buy something and then the actual summer months rolls around and there's something else you want, you do kind of have that sitting. So something to be mindful of, but I feel like if you like watermelon fragrances, you can get it at a discount rate now and then just wait until the summer months, or you can use it in the winter if that's something that you're looking to use in the winter. The next fragrance we have is Island Margarita. Now, Island Margarita usually comes out in just the home fragrance, mainly things like the candle and the hand soaps, but it has come out in body care before, and it came out previously as Tiki Bay Island Margarita years ago. Now, Island Margarita has notes of sweet mandarin, island mango, and sea salt. It's a really nice, fun fragrance, definitely fruity, definitely very summery, and this is something similar to the Watermelon Mojito in that I think you could pre-buy it at either maybe body care day or winter SAS, whenever they're planning on possibly releasing this fragrance, and then save it until the 2026 summery months. Again, the only thing I caution is if you do pre-buy something, it will be sitting in your collection, so when the new stuff comes out in 2026, you have to remember to use the old stuff. But I think this one will be fun. Excited to see something that has been long-standing in home care coming back for body care. The next fragrance we have, which I know a lot of people are going to be super excited for, is Bonfire Bash. Now, unlike Island Margarita or Watermelon Mojito, Bonfire Bash will be perfect to wear in the colder, wintry months. Now, Bonfire Bash has notes of vanilla bourbon, creamy sandalwood, and cashmere musk. And really, this one was only recently in the headlines because a lot of people thought the Vanilla Romance, which debuted in 2024, was actually Bonfire Bash. A lot of people think it's very similar. A lot of people think, yeah, it's just like a little bit different. So that is something I would say with this one. If you are super excited to try Bonfire Bash, I would maybe use up your vanilla romance, maybe don't go out and purchase a vanilla romance. Hold out for Bonfire Bash given its possible return. Plus, vanilla romance is a signature fragrance. I don't believe they're going to be getting rid of that one anytime soon, so we'll definitely still be there. But that would be the one thing to consider. Other than that, I think Bonfire Bash is going to be exciting for so many people. A lot of people are going to want to go ahead and try it and smell it and wear it in the winter months. I am one of those people, so really excited for this one. But yes, if you do have vanilla romance already in your collection, maybe you don't need to buy all the pieces, or maybe if you use your vanilla romance up or you're coming due for a new vanilla romance, maybe substituting for Bonfire Bash would be a good way to not only save money, but also make sure your collection and your inventory is not having a bunch of duplicates. If you love the set, however, feel free to buy it at, the discounted rate. I think that could also be a great way to get your hands on it. Now, the next fragrance we have is one that I've actually owned before, so I am super excited about its return, and that is Emerald Mist. Now, Emerald Mist came out as part of, I believe it was a 3-piece collection, or they had like Emerald Mist, I want to say Rose Quartz, and maybe like a blue one, like Saltwater or something, I believe, a couple of years ago. But Emerald Mist is a pear fragrance, and I think Bath & Body Works, for the most part, does pear really well. The only fragrance that I didn't like that I believe had a pear note in it was Chasing Fireflies. There was just something in that fragrance that didn't work for me, but Emerald Mist is a wonderful, sweet, juicy pear. Now, this one has notes of Fresh Rainfall, Sun-Kissed Pear, and Blonde Woods, and I think this one is going to be great for those winter months. I also think it's really awesome as a transitional summer into fall fragrance. Again, another one I think you could pre-buy, but also one that I think would be really good for layering. The one that I think would be awesome to layer with this is Gingerbread Latte. Gingerbread Latte also has a pear note into it to an extent, so I feel like layering these two together would be an awesome combination, and it also might replace the need for looking into something like a brown sugar and fig. Maybe you get like more of a brown sugar and pear note. So something to keep in mind there, but I'm very excited to see that one's coming back. I'm also intrigued to see what they're going to do packaging wise on that one. Now, the next one, I'm also thrilled this is coming back. If you started watching my channel at the beginning, really where I changed my channel from more of a lifestyle channel into a Bath & Body Works channel, I used to do a bunch of Project Use It Ups. My channel was almost exclusively Project Use It Ups, and one of the fragrances that was in one of my very first Use It Ups was Everlasting Magic. Now, Everlasting Magic came out for, I want to say 2023 Halloween, alongside, I think it was called Midnight Spell. It was just the 2 fragrances. That was the year that Bath & Body Works, I want to say they really kind of rethought about Halloween, and then they gave us a very strong Halloween collection in 2024, and then again a decently strong Halloween collection in 2025. So yes, the reason I'm so excited for this one though is because I think this one smells very similar to Lush's Rose Jam. If you love Lush Cosmetics and you like specifically that rose jammy fragrance, I think this is almost nearly identical. Not exact, but it's very, very close. And especially if you just like the vibe of Rose Jam, you're going to love this one, especially if you can get it at a more discounted rate, as Lush usually never has sales and their prices are way higher given the ingredients than Bath & Body Works. So Everlasting Magic has notes of Bejeweled Berries, Phantom Petals, and Magic Musk. It's a wonderful fragrance. Definitely planning to get my hands on this one. I'm also interested to see, again, packaging wise, because this one did originally come out as a Halloween collection, how they're going to transform the packaging. If they're going to transform the packaging, I feel like they have to, but again, very, very excited to see if this one will be possibly coming back. The next fragrance we have is called Fresh Vanilla Blossom. Now, Fresh Vanilla Blossom, I don't think it's going to be extremely unique among some of the other things we're seeing, but I still think it's a nice fragrance nonetheless. This one has notes of suede petals, soft sandalwood, and vanilla bean, and I think this could be a great alternative to something like a Vanilla Bean Noel if Vanilla Bean Noel is just too gourmand, and sometimes Vanilla Bean Noel kind of goes off on people. It kind of has like a soured milk smell. That's definitely happened to me before, but you're still looking for like a fresh and clean vanilla. I think that Fresh Vanilla Blossom could be the one for you. I also really enjoy its original debut packaging, so I'm interested to see how they're going to transform it. But this one, it's not really like anything too special as far as my scent profile goes, and amongst a lot of people's collections, another vanilla fragrance isn't going to be anything exciting, but maybe if you're looking for something, something more everyday or like a layering piece, I think Fresh Vanilla Blossoms could be a good option. Now, the last one we have as part of part 2 is going to be Whipped Rose Latte. Now, a lot of the people thought that Whipped Rose Latte was going to be repackaged for the Bath & Body Works x Disney collaboration, specifically the Princess one and Belle. However, that was most certainly not the case. Whipped Rose Latte has notes of crushed rose petals, cocoa flour, and whipped foam. This one's a very interesting fragrance. I feel like it's very hit or miss. And also, I think it kind of goes into that broader conversation of bringing back more latte, almost coffee type of fragrances. As you can see, this year we got Vanilla Cafe, which is definitely that coffee vanilla fragrance. And that one originally debuted as a couple of different names. I believe it was Vanilla Mocha Cafe, Vanilla Mocha Martini. There were a bunch of different names that have sort of all been under that Vanilla Cafe kind of like umbrella fragrance. And adjacent to that was Whipped Rose Latte as part of like a cafe line. And I just don't think a lot of people are very interested in combining rose with latte and cocoa and just like a bunch of different notes. It's sort of an interesting hit or miss fragrance. So I love the original debut packaging on this. The scent itself, I'm not too crazy about, and I don't think a lot of people are as well. But maybe if this is something that you wore a couple of years ago, or and just really like the scent story, something different, this could definitely be an option for you. But you guys, that really wraps up part 2 of the possible fragrances that could be returning for either Body Care Day or Winter SAS. Let me know what you guys think of these 7. There will be 7 more I will be speaking about in the next video, but we're seeing a lot of exciting stuff. Very interested to see what all of this, if any, will be coming back. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but I hope you guys enjoyed, found it helpful, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.